Hello, and thank you for watching. Let's play some more Total War Rome 2. Almost forgot what game I was playing for a second there. In the Roman Ascension campaign. So, I have not looked at this. I just loaded the game up for a quick new session, or who knows, maybe a long new session, but it's pretty late at night, so I can't go for too long. And I haven't updated on anything. So, Carthage is about to revolt. They retook Carthage in the last turn, and they've actually retaken a lot of territory, which is good, but their public order is terrible. And in case I haven't done a good job in this series so far of explaining how I can tell they're about to revolt, this is their current public order, and this is what it's going to go down by as soon as the turn cycles. And when it hits negative 100, you have a revolt, period. So if this number is in the red, as you've seen me trying to manage over the past couple of turns in the Greek area that I conquered, and in some other areas where I wasn't doing a very good job of paying attention, then you're going to have issues. So Carthage, I don't know, I've got a fleet in position to help guard Carthage, and I've got this fleet heading back up here to flesh out its ranks. It's only 17 of 20 units, so I want to get that better. And I have this army coming down here to kind of support them in the event of any issues. So hopefully the rebels don't try anything on me, because that would just infuriate me, frankly. Like, I'm not their enemy, but anyway, that's what's going on with Carthage. Our main enemy, by far, is the Seleucid Empire, which is all the way up here, based here, controls territory all through this area. So basically, the lower half of what was originally, the Roman Empire historically, still belongs to one large group. And so I kind of want Carthage to survive and start pushing back against them here to take away a little power from them, because I haven't quite decided where my next conquest is going to be. Interestingly enough, though, they did attack Sicily not too long ago. They tried to attack Lilybaeum, and I drove them off. That was in a previous episode. I can't quite remember which number, but they tried to attack. So I now have a reason. I wouldn't be just a total jerk and just conquering them if I just went in and took them over. Athens, I am at peace with. So let's look at diplomatic relationships for a moment and kind of get an idea of how we're looking. I'm at peace with Athens after I conquered, and when I say Athens, I'm talking about the remaining Greeks. The only remaining Greek states are Sparta, the Knossos, which they don't have any land. Their fleets are out in the water off of Hieropytna, and they're just slowly dying. And then we have here the Athenians. This is the last bit of land that they own, because they actually controlled this land. They controlled Athens and then these two territories, and I swooped in and took them. Actually, wait, I think they controlled Pella here and Antheia. So anyway, Athens is there, but the Seleucids are here. And if I can rush in and take the Seleucids, that could be my next conquest. You never know. Cimmeria, where are you? Apparently I can trade.
Greetings. Do not waste time on ill-chosen.
Okay.
I can settle on these
new trade
terms
deals
in
are
the
always
sure
good.
knowledge that I have served my people well.
Trade, of course.
Are you brave or foolish?
I am neither. I don't even know why you're asking me that question. No, I'm certainly not doing anything brave right now. We're just trying to build up the Roman Empire's infrastructure a bit in this moment where I'm at war with the Knossos and the Seleucids and the Drangiana down here. Now, the Drangiana exist all through this southern area. You can see this is their home area. So there's a number of just large eastern empires out here that hold a lot of territory, and they also happen to hold territory out here. Just to show it, these are Drangiana territories. So they're all over the place. Oh, there's one there too. They're just everywhere. It's annoying. Anyway, as far as our state of affairs goes, let's take a quick flip through our armies. We have an army in Syracuse, just kind of there to prevent anything weird from happening. Their public order in Magna Graecia here is still recovering. This legion... I kind of want to keep that legion in Cosentia for now, just so that I can have a legion near Rome. I like that idea. and that character does belong to my house, which I'll go into politics in just a moment. So we have a spy kind of keeping an eye on Sparta. Sparta is at peace with me. How do they feel about me? That's a good question. They probably hate me, frankly. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. I am trading with them, so that's
You
helping.
have my attention. Speak, and try to do it well.
I could potentially make them a
Diplomacy is
client
always boring when
state.
done badly.
No, not even with a payment of 68,000 gold will they be a client state of mine. What else could I
We
do?
are not known as patient people. Therefore, welcome. Speak to the point.
Okay, I could arrange a non-aggression pact with Sparta that would kind of guarantee that they might be willing to be a client state in the future if I gave them some money, but I just don't want to give them that much money. I would rather let them get pissed off and declare war on me, and I can just come kill them. So anyway, I have this spy keeping an eye on them. I have another spy on the border. So I have 2 spies near Sparta. Might need to rearrange them soon. I have an army in Pella, an army in Athens that is recovering from a bad, as you can see here, every army unit, every regiment in this army has a health detriment. That's because a few turns back there was a major food shortage, and this was one of the armies that was affected. So is this one. Legia One Italica is in Popudeva. I was watching one of the episodes I recorded a few days ago, just because I was doing some encoding, and I was mispronouncing this name horribly. I kept calling it Populveda, even though it's clearly the other way around, and it's staring me right in the face. So I feel like a dummy. Anyway, I've got a fleet and an army in Hierapytna, just in case these guys get any stupid ideas. I want to be able to defend against them. Now, this is a very weak fleet, by the way, so they probably won't last much longer. Matter of fact, that's a lot weaker fleet than I was expecting to see. Let's go ahead and just finish off those guys, because they are looting. Okay. And there went the Knossos. Well, that was easy. So the Knossos actually no longer exist. Which means I am actually going to take this army back out. This is Legio 11 Fidelis. We're going to put you back in the water. And they're going to cruise straight back up to the Athens area, because that's the quickest land access from there. So we have that army in Athens, army in Veda. Oh, General leveled up. That's always good. Vedius Trio, please tell me you're in my... Yes, he is in my family. Very good. Alright, so we're giving him the warrior skill that'll allow additional gravitas per turn. We're going to secure a promotion. We're going to go through and see if there's anyone else we can promote. No, I can still promote the guy in Hierapytna. Very good. Okay. We have an army, so we have another spy here that's kind of just keeping an eye on what's happening here. I wonder why they might be having a food shortage. Because this army says it's got a little red skull, so that means it's suffering from attrition. So Athens might be struggling, which means that might get taken over by the Seleucids soon. You never know. So I have this army. Basically, Greece is just heavily occupied. I have an army on the Carthaginian border in España here, or actually the province that it's in is Tarraconensis. And I have another army right here in Terrico, actually, which you can see right there. And we have that fleet going back to be re-equipped. And this one as well is already in position to be re-equipped. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Not re-equipped, just equipped, period. Alright, so we got some onagers. And we have that fleet in Eulalia. Politician at Medlin. We have a non-family army up in Abersis. So anyway, the army is fairly well spread out at the moment. I have armies where I want them for the most part. There's nowhere that would be a sensitive spot that's not well protected. Now let's take a quick glance through our territory. Now, yeah, this might be one reason that I'm going to regret. Okay, no, don't need to do that now. I can potentially upgrade the gladiator school to a circus in Athens, but I'm not going to. Aha! Let's arrange for some additional food. I'm exactly at 0 food right now, so anything that I do to mess with the balance on these buildings. Yeah, I think I'm going to... I'm going to dismantle that building in Cenabum. What I'm looking for is that I realized in an earlier playthrough that several of my provinces were suffering because I had focused a little bit too much on basically mining. You know, I was just over mining, and they don't like that really. So I'm trying to let things build back up to a point where they're happy. And one major thing I'm going to have to do over the next series of turns, 5 mainly, because I'm waiting for this to come along, is after that happens, I'll have to upgrade all of the farmland in the Republic, all of it, just because there was a food shortage issue, and I had to reduce taxes, so my income is drastically reduced. I had to raise taxes. I had to cut off taxes in several provinces and raise, just to help with the food issues there, and then I had to raise taxes across the empire to get more money in to compensate for that lost money. So it's not ideal. The lower the taxes, the quicker public order goes up, and so when you have a large territory, it's useful to do that. So anyway, that's where we are. I'm going to go ahead and end the turn. So this is going to be kind of a spectator game for a minute here, because unless the Seleucids decide they want to try and take another piece out of me, which they could, we'll really just be watching to see what happens with Carthage and the Seleucids. The Suebi really want military access.
People do not wish to become the slaves of envy.
You know what? Fine. You guys have been a good...
You have been blessed with courage, so will you not use that courage?
No, we're not going to join your war. But they've been a good ally for a while. I'm going to go ahead and give them military access because they can maybe use that access to grow their own territory, which that would be good for me because it stabilizes the region. They're a large power north of me.
The spirits have noticed that our treasure
I won't
stores
pay you
are
for it.
wanting.
All right, fine. So yes, that would stabilize the region if they gain more territory, and if access to my territory can help them move, then so be it. Persia is one of our major Eastern empires that's causing trouble right now.
A token.
No. The Turdetani keep requesting a defensive alliance with me, which is... I have a food shortage again. Dang it. How did that happen? How did that happen? Let's see if there's a spot where it would be least painful tax-wise. Yes, that's the one. Here's what I'm looking for. -4. Our overall food is -3. This is taking away -4, so removing this from the equation will bring the food back into the positive, and I won't lose very much income. 1485 is not a huge chunk of my 17,000 that I make every turn. So that will help. The food shortage will cause some attrition over the next couple turns, which is annoying. Now let's take a look through and see what other upgrades we can do. Excellent! More upgrades to some of these public order type buildings that I've been throwing up all over the place. And here, let's do some more food. I'm tempted to go ahead and build the Pantheon in Brundisium, but that's not a very prestigious location for it. I would rather have it in Medlin. Can I do it in Medlin? Oh, yes, I can. Okay. Pantheon's going up in Medlin. Excellent. So that's going to be built, and that's going to help get additional influence for my party every turn. Let's have a quick look through my political faction here. No recruits are available from my house. Now it looks like a rebellion did happen and Carthage lost control of Thapsus, which is annoying. Ugh, I did not want you to do that. Okay, I'm just moving this fleet down, and it's not moving in the most efficient way. Let's see. Oh yes, this guy needs to move back up. Alright, so I have an army in Spartan lands, and I hope they won't get too upset about that. I needed to get them out of the water, because frankly I'm nervous of the Seleucids trying something. So Carthage did retake control of Dimity and Eol, so if they can just take control of Thapsus, they are pushing those guys back, and I have an army in the area to help them, so that'll be good. What was I looking for? Oh yes. Excellent. All right, yeah, they just need to retake control of Thapsus. That's important. Oh, yes. So we had these guys here. This fleet is done recruiting. And I'm going to go ahead and move it to Lilybaeum, which will then allow me to... Actually, I'm going to have these fleets that I'm moving in help me take control of this northern shore. I think that's what I mentioned in a previous video. I'm going to push back against the Seleucids by just attacking them all along here. Lepsis, Mocomedes, and then move an army down and take some of these lower settlements as well. The idea being... Oh yes, I remember now. The idea being to contain Carthage and not let them get too carried away. Let's see. Actually, I want to move this fleet in Eulalia too. And give them... Alright, so... That's a better looking fleet now. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode here, and we will jump right back in and continue to move towards that farm upgrade and potentially moving some armies in to start fighting back against the Seleucids in northern Africa. Hope you'll watch. Thanks for watching so far, and I'll see you in a bit.